Hello, humans, peoples, others, and welcome back to my inn. Today we're doing a lore video. I'm probably going to mention it in the title, but this is about the country of Aeloria, the Kingdom of Aeloria, in my world, K-Tier, and all about that. Technically, it's about the Divine King, but uh, we're talking about his kingdom entirely, but it's mostly about him. So I guess onwards into the lore dump, whatever. And welcome back to the map and all that. You might recognize it, except there are a couple changes, of which I don't know why. I've drawn over these islands. I suppose I can just go where, and so these are also, I guess, maritime borders, but we don't care about those. In fact, I'm gonna erase this part, because apparently I'm just very, very unprepared. But dividing islands amongst the Kingdom of Aeloria. So we're focusing on that region within the lines and these rivers. I just didn't want to draw over the rivers. But yeah, that's the Kingdom of Aeloria, ruled over by the Divine King, Ascendant of Heaven, and all that. So really cool, really interesting. Uh, Regions north of it involve Lusmir, the Kingdom of Lusmir, obviously, I suppose. And south of it is a place that's kind of just ran by the. It's kind of just like a tribal land that's run by devils and stuff because they took over. But yeah, beyond that, focusing on Kingdom of Aeloria, it started. It's one of the first actual founded kingdoms, though it went by a different name when it was founded, and ended up in the first ascension, the Divine King ascended. He was not the Divine King at the time, but he ascended within his home kingdom, specifically this continental area right here. And yeah, so while in the continental area, he was in a forest. He ascended. I have a whole story on that, and that I can tell in a different video. But yeah, so he ascends there, gains the power of heaven, or the heavens. It becomes the second most powerful non-god within this world. And yeah, it's 50-ish years later, because he's immortal, he becomes the King of Aeloria, which is named after him, but nobody remembers what his actual name is, because he's over 500 years old now. But yeah, beyond that, I suppose the kingdom of itself, very prosperous, one of the most powerful empires we can say in the world, or the known world, because there are more continents than these three. It's allied with Lusmir up. I need the pencil. Lusmir up here, and kind of in a vague alliance with the kingdom-ish things that make up these islands over here and that coast. But it's only like kingdom-ish because it's like tribal land still, but anarchists who all worship the god of fallen kings. So yeah. Beyond that, they're mainly trying to deal with pirates. They, again, most powerful empire. Beyond any of that, though, the Divine King has a cool weapon, which he gets after 100 years of ruling the kingdom. Because what happens is a meteor falls from the sky and hits the ground. They decide, let's harvest the meteor. They harvest it. They make a sword. I'll put up the picture of the sword probably now. Hopefully, editing me does that. Because, I might forget. I made that art a long time ago as well. I need more art for this world. But alas, I suppose beyond that, I'd make his weapons and stuff. But, he is a master swordsman. Within his list of powers, he can summon beings from the heavens, like angels at will. Yeah, most of the time the kingdom is left without their king because he takes all of his forces, well, most his forces, down south and attacks the forces of hell. Personally, because he leads by example and not just hiding in the corner. Because, most powerful, second most powerful non-god. there was a time during his reign when the Witch Queen herself was acting as his uh, high mage. So yeah, within the forests of Aeloria, which are about this area, probably these areas are all forest-y regions. Uh, there's a specific part of it of which the Witch Queen used to live, and so that region is covered in magic and evil creatures, and magical items are in it. It's also where her library of prophecies and stuff are, and all the magic items she made, because she learned about Earth, and she's learned about our legends. She learned about Norse mythology. She made Mjolnir. So, Mjolnir's somewhere in that area, maybe. Mythology accurate one. She doesn't know about, like, any specific other beyond mythology. But yeah, other than that, I suppose that's all I can really talk about for the kingdom and the Divine King right now. Other than, like, he's just an overall great guy. I'm writing a story about how he actively halted an entire parade when him and his army returned to their capital. He halts a parade to help a little girl find her parents, which is always fun. But yeah, I suppose we'll go to another part if that's... yeah, if this isn't long enough. But see you there. I suppose one last real quick thing before the actual end of the video. I forgot to mention, the patron god of the Kingdom of Aeloria is the, I guess we could call him the King of the Gods, Aurelion. I forgot fully how to say my own god's name, but yeah, he's the god of light, justice, all that. He's the patron god. He's the lion god and all that as well. So yeah, to the outro now. And welcome to my outro. Please like, comment, something involving like what your favorite, or who do you think the Witch Queen is? Comment that, I guess, because I should have probably recorded that as a video for today instead of Aeloria, because I apparently was not fully prepared for that. But yeah, subscribe if you want and all that. Next week we'll probably go back to doing memes again. We'll see if I end up recording story time. Technically it's story time. It's going to be Tales of the Tavern or whatever, where I talk about what happens in my world, like a story from my world. So anyways, I have to make this outro quick, so yeah, bye.